Hello you all, welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, what's good? If you are new, hey boo, I am back with another video, okay? So good morning to y'all, okay? Hopefully y'all are having a beautiful, lovely morning, and I wanted to come record this video this morning. It was just bothering me. I'm like, I have to do this video because I got so many other videos that I know I have to record, and if I don't get this one done, I don't know if it's just me or if this happened to y'all too, but if I don't get something done like right away, I get sidetracked and then I forget. But this is a video that I wanted to do before the previous video. So basically y'all see the title and we're gonna talk about it, okay? Teach your daughters early how to discern their friends, okay? And I don't know why the last video where I talked about mean girls cliques had brought upon this topic about discerning the friends. Now, if y'all been on my channel for a while, y'all already know that I come and talk about jealousy a lot. I have talked about fake friends a few times and just overall in general. The one thing I forgot to fail to mention was teaching your daughters how to discern their friends early. And the reason why I had wanted to make this topic was because I had a certain situation come up that kind of brought this topic out. So the reason why I feel like it's important to teach your daughters early about jealousy is because it is going to save you. And it's going to save your child, okay? It's this generation we living in now. Like I said, we are living in a dog-eat-dog world. And so you need to spiritually protect your children. You need to be constantly praying over your children. Our children are not in our eyesight 24/7. And so when they leave from around us, we are hoping and praying that the Lord is protecting them when they are not in our eyesight. And so something happened where I just felt like, let me make a topic about this. You know, you never know who was watching you. But it is so important to teach your children, mainly your daughters, about jealousy early. You never really have this issue too much with boys, but your daughters, if you come from a dysfunctional family, if you come from a family that's full of women that have an envious, jealous kind of spirit, it is imperative for you to teach your daughters about jealousy, because jealousy and envy can quickly become a generational curse, okay? You see it a lot. Like, say for instance, you ever seen that family that's just women just filled with jealousy? Like, say for instance, like it could be your boyfriend or your husband, and you realize that he comes from a family full of jealous women, okay? And you could tell that they don't like you, they hate you, they praying on y'all downfall, they hoping that y'all break up, they telling him not to date you, don't marry you, calling you all type of stuff, up bees and all type of stuff, you know? Trying to plant a bad seed in your husband or your boyfriend, man, to make him break up with you. But that comes from a generational curse, okay? Generational curse of envy passed down from person to person to person. And you don't want your daughter picking up that trait, okay? And it is important to teach her about how to discern her friends because, like I said, it's a generational curse. Like, you see little girls out here. I have daughters, so I have seen it a few times. You see little girls out here, they carry this spirit heavy and strong. To be quite honest, if you really sit down and think about it, it's actually kind of worse when a child starts off with jealousy and envy, because as children we are aware of our emotions, but we are not mentally mature and emotionally mature enough to understand our emotions. We don't understand the right and the wrong at certain ages. You know, when it comes to jealousy, we don't understand the wrongness behind it at our age. So a lot of times when you are a child, you see jealousy and envy very blatantly. If y'all mothers, I told y'all in the last video, if you're a mother and you got daughters, this is a video that you want to be tuned and tapped into, because, and it's the one thing I can say I thank my mother for. My mother has never, everything I have ever told you about my mother on my channel, my mother has never been a jealous woman. I have never seen my mother ever hate on another woman, talk down on another woman. It was plenty of women that was jealous of my mother. People have tried to lay hands on my mother, all types of stuff. My mother always had the best of the best, and I just always seen where women was just jealous of her. My mother ain't never had no gossiping kind of spirit. She never was that type of woman. She just had women that just didn't like her. My mother, the reason why I got this spiritual part of me, I got this trait from my mother. So my mother was an extremely spiritual kind of woman, okay? Despite her differences, everything I told you about her with her drug addiction and things like that, my mother was the type of woman that you could look at her, you couldn't even tell that she did drugs. Now when she was out here bad, you could see it, but my mother carried herself like a lady, okay? When she was clean, you would never know that my mother did drugs because of the way she carried herself. She instilled so much confidence and esteem in me, and this is something that I would always cherish for the rest of my life. Just from seeing my mother carry herself the way she was as a lady, I never developed a jealousy kind of trait. Even though I have came from a family full of jealous women, that passed me over. I thank God for that. I thank God for that, because now I can pass the baton to my daughters. First of all, you need to teach them about jealousy. If you, like I said, if you ever notice, you see that the jealousy is passed down. When you see a child that has an envious kind of spirit, like say for instance, you notice that this child may be a little bit envious of your daughter. You see blatantly things going on with your child, and you may pull your child aside and talk to her, be like, look, be careful of your friends. Be leery of your friends. Learn how to pick your friends. If you ever had an instance where you had to constantly sit down and talk to your child, because like I said, as children, we are still learning, but if you got, like I said, I got a teenager. If you have a teenager, you really need to sit down and have a heart-to-heart, one-to-one with your child about jealousy. And I don't know why I just thought about this girl, Shanquilla Robinson. Like, ever since that case happened with that girl, I have not been able to get this girl off my man. Like, she been on my man so heavy and strong, y'all. And I know I done talked about her a few times throughout my channel, but she just came to my man. And now that I'm making this, when a child develops an envious, jealous kind of spirit, it's actually kind of dangerous, because, like I said, she may come from a family that's full of jealous, envious kind of women. She may have a jealous mother, a jealous sister, a jealous cousin, auntie, all that type of stuff. And she may not be old enough to understand the wrongness behind this. And so when she go out into the world, she see another girl, this child may also be envious of the type of relationship you may have with your child. Because like I said, it's something that's deeply rooted when a child has an envious, jealous kind of spirit. This child may not have a close relationship with their mother, and so that's why they are trying to probably try to come and corrupt your child. Okay, they may be envious of the type of relationship your daughter have with you, and she sees something that this girl may have. The girl may be jealous that your daughter may have nice clothes, nice shoes, her hairstyle, it's just any little thing. Kids get jealous of certain things that they see another child have, and this child may develop. Because I don't know what it is about envious kind of women. They always like to be around a person they have an envy for. And you will start to notice that. I'm finna take y'all all the way back to y'all childhood. Like, we want to have a heart-to-heart this morning. This is a mother-daughter talk. And I don't know how long I'm going to be talking, but I'm trying to hit all the points in this video, okay? But basically, if you was a child and you knew you had that friend, this friend, you never knew that this friend was jealous of you, and you kept her in your life for I don't know how long. Like, you might have met this girl in grammar school, and y'all hung out so much, and you never knew that this girl was jealous of you, I remember one particular time, I will never forget, y'all. Like, before I even get to this video, I remember one particular time I was friends with this girl in grammar school, and this girl did not like me, and I never picked up on it. Like, I picked up on it here and there, but I still hung out with her. This had to be like in 6th or 8th grade. It was one of them. Me and this girl used to hang out so much every day. I'm not gonna put her name in this video, but this girl was so shady to me. Like, I remember she did not like me. When we was in 8th grade, I remember I started dating this boy. All the girls liked this boy. Like, this boy was captain of the basketball team. He was fan, okay? And this girl that I was friends with, I started noticing that she would flirt with him. Now, I wasn't no hot girl back in grammar school. Like, I wasn't having sex or none of that. I was very naive, and I would see how this friend that I used to hang out with every day, I considered her to be a best friend, she would flirt with him all the time, like right in front of my face. And I remember one particular day, I would never forget, this is how I had picked up on her jealousy. And I knew she was jealous of me the entire time. I went to her house because she lived right down the street from me, and I just thought about something. Like, she used to come to my house too, but my grandmother was so strict, y'all. She would never allow friends to come into my house. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I think it was my grandmother. My grandmother discerned my friends for me early too, because the only person that was, I think I only had 1 or 2 friends that was allowed to come into my house. Like, the rest of my associates, she never let them come into the house. Yeah, I think she probably sensed that they was jealous of me too. But I used to always go to her house more than she would come to my house. And I remember one particular day, I would never forget, like, because she lived right down the street from me. I went to her house, and we was in her room, and she had this diary on her bed, right? And it was like wide open on the bed. And now that I think back on it, I think she purposely left this diary open so that I could see it. And I never forget, like, I think she had went to go do something. Yeah, I remember we used to have them diaries. We used to just write everything in it, right? I used to be charged to get diaries, like the little diary with the lock and the key. Like, I just had reminiscing, but the diary was open. And I'm sitting there just reading. I see my name, and so immediately alarm bells went off. I'm like, okay, like, why is my name in your diary? So I'm reading her diary out, and literally she's talking all this crap about me in her diary, talking about how she don't like me. Like I said, when I was in school, I was extremely shy and quiet, and she was talking about all that type of stuff in the book, and just talking about me like a dog, okay? And she said something about me and my boyfriend. I almost said his name, y'all. About, oh, you know, I don't know why he like her, and she this and that and this and that, and I really just don't like her. Like, she literally put a entire hate speech in her diary about me, and she was acting like she was my best friend the entire time, y'all. I think this was in 8th grade, and I would never forget that. I was just sitting there, like, my heart was like dum, 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 dum. And I was upset. And when she had came back in the room, I never forget. Like, I think she knew that I seen that. I think she left that diary open for me to see that. And when she had came back in the room, I was just looking at her and told her I had to go do something. I don't know, and I had left. I think I had went back home. I was so upset. I can't remember, y'all. This was so long ago, but I don't know if I stayed. I think we were supposed to walk to this candy store or something like that. And I think I had ended up going back home. I can't remember what happened, y'all, but I was so angry. And she was talking all this crap about me. And just to fast forward to what I want to talk about. Now, if you ever been through something like that, this is the main reason why it is important to teach your daughters about how to discern their friends, okay? It's extremely important. The times that we are living in right now, this go way beyond putting some hate speeches in your diary, okay? It's women out here getting murdered by their friends from their jealousy and their envy, okay? So you want to save your daughters. This topic is just so touching, and like, this type of stuff is serious. Jealousy and envy is so ugly, and you want to teach your daughters this stuff early, like, and our daughters, it's just like when they get to a certain age, they want to be around their peers, they want to fit in, you know, they want to be cool, they want to be popular and stuff like that. And so a lot of times you may notice that your child is overlooking certain things, and even if you try to point it out to your child about this particular friend or more than one, like if you got a child that's a social butterfly, she got a lot of friends, and you see, if you're a mother, you know how that is. And as much as you try to point it out to her, she just don't want to see it, you know? And so that's why it's extremely important to you. Like, I feel like it's important for you to develop a strong relationship with your daughter too. Like, I feel like you need to be locked in to the point where your daughter feel comfortable enough to come talk to you about anything, because I think this is how the jealousy and envy starts in families, and how it becomes a generational curse, because the mothers don't have it in them. They don't have the confidence. They don't have that type of compassion and love, because like I said, it's a generational thing. Like, they might have came from a mother that never really showed them that much affection and attention and love, and never taught them about certain things, never taught them about their body, personal hygiene, none of this type of stuff. You know, jealousy and envy comes from a hurt kind of place, a dark kind of place, and a neglectful kind of space. And you can tell that a woman was not loved properly as a child when she carried throughout her life this envious, jealous kind of spirit, okay? You can tell. You can tell how this woman was raised. Teach your daughter about jealousy and envy early. Teach your daughter about good company and bad company, okay? And this is the one thing that you will notice about jealousy and envy when it comes to your daughters. You're going to know your daughters is being accompanied by bad spirits, okay? When you ever had them people where it seems as though they can't really look you in your eye, take your time. Get to know your daughter's friends, okay? This is extremely important. Get to know your daughter's friends. If this friend can't look you in the eye when you're talking to them, it's something wrong with that picture, okay? When it seems as though this girl has some type of evil intention for your child, you need to keep an eye on that situation. You need to really sit down and have a heart to heart with your child, because when it comes to our children don't want to believe us. They feel like we being strict, we being hard on them. We don't want them to have a life. We don't want them to have friends. When really you are doing the right thing with your daughters. When you are this is you helping them discern, okay? Point out certain things that you notice about this friend, okay? Our children, sometimes we get to the point when we are children, our children get to the point to where they feel like they know more than us, okay? Even if they see it themselves. Because like I said, I had sense that the girl that I was friends with was a little bit jealous of me, but I was in disbelief. I didn't want to believe it because I just wanted friends so bad. And just think back to your childhood, what that was like for you. That's the same thing your daughter is going through, you know. 9 times out of 10, your daughter is going to know these people are not her friends. Okay? And you want to let your child know that you care about her, that you love her. Another thing I forgot to include was show your child extra attention. And when I say that, a lot of times when you see a child that has a jealous kind of spirit, they are usually lacking a lot of things. And like I said, some children you can tell that they are being neglected. Their parents, the mother may not take enough time out to focus on their daughter's appearance, like doing their hair, doing their nails, taking them shopping, just paying that extra close attention, and constantly telling your child that they are beautiful, and constantly just telling them how much you love them, just giving them that extra attention. Like, it's a lot of daughters that just never got that from their mother, and so that's another way that can be a reason why this child has a jealous, envious kind of spirit. Don't let it be a situation to where your child really don't feel comfortable, like you so strict to the point where your child really don't feel comfortable coming to tell you certain things because of how they think you may react. If you have a situation where you notice some jealousy between your daughter and her friends, I feel like the best thing you could do is just sit down and just have a heart-to-heart. It's easier said than done, because when you see a person that's coming with ill will intentions for your child, it can hurt you. It can make you angry. Because when your daughter is being accompanied by evil, that can put you in a very disheartening place. That can make you upset because you want to protect your child from harm. You want to protect your child from getting their heart broken, okay? If you're a woman, you know how it feels to get your heart broken by a friend. We go into mother bear mode when it comes to protecting our children's heart and their feelings. We don't want people coming to do evil to our children. And so you may get to the point where you feel like, oh yeah, this girl is giving out so much of a jealous, envious spirit. The best thing you can do about this situation is take your emotions and feelings out of it. Everything. I always come tell y'all, take every situation over to the Lord. Ask the Lord to open your child's eyes. Ask the Lord to place that strong discernment in your child's life so that she can be able to decipher who her real friends are, okay? This is going to save your child from harm, okay? 9 times out of 10. And just taking it back to you. In order for your daughter to be able to discern her friends, you got to be able to discern their friends too, okay? This girl can't look you in the eye. She looking all off into space. Or I haven't seen it a couple of times where the girls will look me up and down when they coming over, say eggs for her. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, alarm bells go off in your head. We don't need another Quilla Robinson situation going on, okay? You never know what a child could be thinking when they see certain things like that. You see little girls out here that might have came across that Shanquilla Robinson video of them beating that girl to death like that. A child that has a jealous, envious kind of spirit may take entertainment out of watching something like that. Other women, the one thing I have noticed about them, they take entertainment out of drama. They take entertainment out of fights. They love to see it. This is why you got to teach your children early. Teach your child about gossip, okay? Teach your child about fights. Basically, everything goes into how you live your life. What do you do? Okay? Are you displaying certain behaviors that your child may be picking up? Your child is watching you, whether you want to believe it or not, okay? So if you are operating from an envious, jealous kind of spirit, and you see another woman, you looking her up and down, or you putting certain things online about another woman that you feel envious of, and your daughter see that, she's going to pick that up and she's going to mimic it, okay? Whether you think you had it or not. Our children see everything that we do. Even when we feel like we being discreet and we keeping them about our business, they are in our business, okay? Just as well as we are in their business. We know certain things that they don't even know that we know. And the same thing goes for us. They may see certain things that we felt like that they didn't see. So please, if you feel like you have an envious, jealous kind of spirit, ask the Lord to deliver you from that. Because you do not want your child picking up that certain type of spirit. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I have seen this several times. Okay? Mothers that have a jealous, envious spirit, and they pass it down to their daughters. Passing it down. Okay? And it's just going through the family like wildfire. That's why I don't like jealousy. I don't like envy. I feel like it is one of the ugliest sins ever. It's evil. It's destructive. It can ruin lives. Okay, you can ruin your life and you can ruin another person's life by having a jealous, envious kind of spirit. And so this is why you want to talk to your daughter. Okay, I have never really seen my daughter. I can say my daughter is kind of like an angel. I look at her like she's an angel. She has a very pure spirit. Okay, and that's why I'm always constantly having to talk to her, because I see a lot of myself in her. My youngest daughter too is so precious. It's like the Lord bless you with children, and it's like he bless you with a mini version of you. Like, it's just so amazing. But you get that job as a mother to teach your daughters about discerning their friends. My daughter comes to tell me a lot of things, and I feel grateful and thankful that she feels comfortable enough to come share that with me, because a lot of times children may not feel comfortable enough to come talk to you about certain things because they feel like you may react a certain way. And so the fact that my daughter feels comfortable enough to come talk to me, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm doing my job, you know? And I know that I'm not perfect, you know, it's plenty of things that I can improve on, but my daughter has came to tell me certain things about her friends, and I picked this up off him before she even came to tell me. I was just thankful for her feeling comfortable enough to come tell me. And that just let me know my daughter is smart. If I point out something to her about her friends, she'll come and say something to me. And I know that she's been listening to what I've been telling her. See, a lot of things our children do, when they know, because our children like to go against us on certain things, like they feel like we don't know anything. And so when they get hit over the head with that discernment, because your child is going to be hit with so much discernment from you and from the Lord, okay? Because you asked him to grant your child that discernment to be able to read their friends, okay? And so it's something about, if you ever seen this before, you have ever noticed, when your child knows that you was right the entire time and they tried to debate you and say that you was wrong, when the truth end up coming out about what you told them about, it be their guilty conscience. It's just something to just bask in. Like, kids be thinking that they know more than us. They just be sitting there like they be looking at you sideways, like, let me, how do I bring this about to her? I know she had to talk with me like this. It's that I told you so kind of moment. But yeah, that's the beautiful part of being a parent, just the learning process. You are learning how to be a parent, and it's just so crazy. But you teach your daughters early about jealousy, envy, and it all goes into the type of relationship you have with your child that is going to save them from certain situations. Okay, this is basically going to open their ass a little bit more, you know, because it don't matter what we tell our children, they're gonna sneakily do things, okay, too. So even though you told them that this was wrong, even though you told them about this certain friend, they still may choose to be around this friend, because, you know, children like to have that whole thing to where they feel like they are in control of their lives. But when it comes down to that discernment, it's gonna be that I told you so moment. But that is why they got you keep constantly having a persistent talks with your daughter. I like to do a lot of things to connect with my daughter. Like I said, I like taking walks with her. I like taking her different places. Just anything so where you feel like you can connect with your daughter, so you can kind of open the floor up for her to feel comfortable enough to come to you. So you may need to take her shopping. You may need to take her on a walk. You may need to take her to just anywhere. Take her out to eat. Anywhere to where you can have that one-on-one with her. Be like, you know, I noticed some things about you and your friend. What's going on with you? Yeah. She may be like, oh, nothing. But you can tell that she really want to talk to you about something. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, no. Well, my daughter do this one thing where I think it's so cute. I'll be in my room, and she'll come in my room and just stand there. I feel like she just loves being around her mommy, and she don't want to admit it. She admitted it to me one day, and it just made my heart smile. But she'll do this thing where she'll come in my room and stand there, and I just look at her like, what do you want? And she just be like, oh, nothing, and then just walk right out the room. My daughter is something else, y'all. But she'll come back 10 to 15 minutes later. And I'm like, okay, there's something going on with her. It's something, what's wrong? I'm like, you want to talk to me? She's like, no, I just wanted to come here. I'm like, oh, you just want to come here and be with your mommy? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, you just want to be around me? Is that it? Are you sure you don't want to talk about nothing? She's like, no, I'm fine. Yeah. Just developing that strong relationship with your daughter. When you are developing that close relationship with your daughter, what you are basically doing is making them enjoy life in a way to where they don't feel some type of way about the next girl, okay, next woman. You are giving them certain things, not necessarily spoiling them, but just teaching them confidence, teaching them all these things that's going to help them later on in their life. But discerning of friends is something serious, okay? That whole being your daughter's friends and just feeling you getting this, y'all already know I'm spiritual. So I have picked up so many spirits off of so many children, and I got a video that's after this one that was pre-recorded a week ago. I haven't put it out yet. But you have been around some children where you was like, oh my God. Like, you could tell that it's an evil spirit operating through this child. But if you met some of your daughter's friends and you picked up that jealous, envious kind of spirit from them, they can't look you dead in the eye, or they looking you up and down, like they got a problem with you. You may need to have that one-on-one sit down with your child and talk to them, okay? If you're watching this video and you got daughters, Lord forbid nothing ever happened to your child. But we don't want a situation to where your daughter's being around bad company. You want to teach your daughters early about bad company, because bad company corrupts good behavior, okay? So if you ever had them instances to where you notice that your child is picking up certain behaviors because they're around certain company, a lot of times evil spirits are going to be sent to so many different people, to your children's peers, okay? If they know that you are living a certain type of life and you're doing certain things with your child, you want your child to live in the ways of the Lord, the devil's going to try to find another open portalway to corrupt your child, even though you are doing the best to protect your child from evil. These evil influences are going to be coming through their friends, okay? So that's just something that y'all just want to take mental note of, and you probably didn't notice it before, okay? If you done been through the same thing being a child growing up, then you already know how that is. You done been around girls to where you knew these girls didn't like you. They was always doing little shady things to you, saying little shady things to you, and you just sit up here thinking like, well, dang. So that is the reason why you, or you notice that your daughter may have certain people around them. If you have ever noticed a person that was jealous and envious of you, it was always a situation where they always just want to be around you, okay? They want to be able to destroy you little by little by little by little because they see something special on you. That's why they always want to be around you. Because I be seeing a lot online to where women always say, well, if you're jealous of me, if you don't like me, why you always be around me? It's the reason. They want to be able to destroy your spirit. This person is being operated by evil spirits. Okay? This evil spirit has been operating through them since they were a child. It's been passed down through generations. Okay? That's why I said in my video about inner demons. Okay? Some people have been battling an inner demon, an envious, demonic kind of spirit since they were a child. Okay? The spirit has been living within them. The spirit has set up shop inside of them. Some women are in denial that they have a jealous, envious spirit, but you can see it. Okay? Even some people that come and claim that they are not a jealous kind of person, you notice it, you see it. Okay? You notice it through the things that they say. You'll see a lot online to where women are always posting their envy and jealousy for other women, like female celebrities. This woman got a banging body. This woman got a nice lifestyle, a nice husband, all this type of stuff. And it's women always, you see envy and jealousy so strong on social media. Always put negativity in the comments. Always be seeing them comments like, girl, you just hate. Be quiet. You a hater. Like, the jealous, envious spirit cannot hide themselves. And another thing they'll do is they'll always try to cover up their jealousy with a compliment. You know, a backhanded compliment. This woman trying to act like she ain't jealous of this woman, but all the shade is in the comment. What's the number one thing a person gonna say when they being called out about their envious spirit? I ain't got no reason to be jealous of nobody. I ain't got no reason to hate on her. What she get? Jealousy. People do not like to be called out for their jealousy because it's shameful and embarrassing to be called out about jealousy and envy. It makes you look very foolish. Okay, if you ever notice, if you seen a person get called out by their jealousy, the first thing they want to say, oh, I ain't jealous, I ain't got no reason to be jealous of nobody. And they in denial. You in denial, honey. It's jealousy written all over your face, all over your spirit, all over your thoughts. You have jealousy and envy in your heart. And the fact that you're not able to see it is key. That you are being controlled by something evil. Okay? Some people have been operating from an envious, jealous kind of spirit. Envy is a sin. It's in the Bible. Once you have accepted a certain sin into your life, it kind of takes ownership over you. So you ever seen that person that seems as though they're not even aware of what they're doing because they've been operating this way for so long. They don't even see the error in their ways. They've been doing this their entire life, so they don't see nothing wrong with it. They don't feel like they're jealous and envious of other women. They don't feel like what they're saying about this woman is wrong. Some women know that they have a jealous spirit, okay? Some women don't have no filter, okay? But some women will come out of their mouth and say that they are jealous and envious of other women. If y'all had that certain instance where y'all had y'all daughter friend come over and is there something off about this little girl's spirit, pay attention to it. I ain't feeling that for no reason. This girl seems like she got an evil eye for your child. Y'all ever heard that saying, you need to watch children around other children? This is that very instance, okay? Go back to your childhood. You ever seen those instances where you had a friend come over to play with your child? And like I said, this child, it's just something about this child that ain't right. And you notice that when you go off somewhere, get an intuition and tell you, go check on your child. So you go upstairs and you check on your child, you see how they playing, whatever. You might want to come up with some cookies or some drinks or something to offer them. And you notice that this child is bossing your child around. You just like, yeah, this little girl will not be coming over my house no more. It just make you think, like, how do jealousy and envy even develop in a child man at that age? Like, where do they get this from? Like, how is it that they can operate in this spirit like this at this age? It started early. Okay, it's from things that they see from their parents. If it don't even come from a parent, it can come from other siblings. Okay. But yeah, it's like, y'all, I done had certain instances where I'm like, yeah, this little girl is not, she's not allowed to come back into my house no more. And that's why that child looked at you like that, because they know spirits recognize spirits even through children, okay? A child can look at you and know you're not the one to play with. You're not the one to fool. The child can look at you and know that they don't have your child's best interest. They know that you can see that spirit on them. They know that you know that they don't really like your child like that. They just want to be around them because they have an envious, jealous kind of spirit. That's why they can't look you in your face. That's why they look you down. That's why they always want your child to come to their house and they don't want to come to yours. Because they know that you can see through them. Like glass, okay? It's that spirit that's operating through that child. Because the child is not mature enough to know certain things. But that spirit know who you are. That spirit know that you can see them on this child. They try to do their best to try to avoid you, okay? That's why they can't look you dead in your face. That's why they always trying to get your child alone to themselves. That's why they go all out of their way. You got some children out here that try to poison your child mad against you, and you their parent. If you was a child, you ever had a certain friend come and tell you, your mama too strict, or mama too mean, come over my house or something like that. Trying to corrupt your child to go against you. And then you see your child behavior changing from being around a certain friend. It's almost as if this child wants you to know, well, I'm gonna get your child one way or another. Teach your daughters how to discern their friends early. Okay? This is gonna save them in the long run. They may not take heed to it right away, but they are gonna know when they get older that everything that you said was right. This is why you have some women out here that keep certain friends in their life for 20 plus years. They've been friends with this girl since grammar school, since they was in Pampers. And this child has always had a jealous, envious spirit. This jealous, envious spirit been a part of your child's life since they was a baby. It's something about a jealous, envious spirit. They are hard to get rid of, okay? They come into your life to wreak havoc, especially if they see that you have a spirit that differs from theirs. If they see something on you that they admire about you and they like about you and they want for themselves because they never got that as a child, they will come and try to corrupt anything that's good. That's why they say bad company corrupts good behavior. This just don't apply to us as adults. This applies to our children as well. Mainly our daughters. Our sons, you don't really see this too much. You may see it just a little bit, but boys, I have noticed, boys don't really have this issue when it comes to jealousy. It's always with girls. Always. Grown women still having a problem discerning their friends. When you have a jealous, envious kind of friend that's been a part of your life for so many years, it is going to be hard to get rid of them once you wake up and start to see them for who they really are. Because they've been a part of your life for so many years. It's just like being in a relationship with that toxic boyfriend. It's hard to get rid of them. Energy transfers. You didn't have the energy transfer with this jealous, envious spirit since you were a child. So it's easier said than done to get rid of them. But if you have Holy Spirit and you have that discernment, you are going to know that you got to get rid of this person, okay? You got to ask the Lord. You got to pray over your child consistently, especially during these times that we're going through right now. This generation that's coming up today is no match from the generation from way back then. Like I said, it goes way beyond writing some hate speeches in a diary, okay? This jealous and envy is going to be taken to a whole totally different level, okay? Shanquilla Robinson. That's the type of level of envy and jealousy we are on with our younger generation today. And if you don't teach your daughters how to discern their friends, they're going to get themselves in a dangerous situation. And you don't want it to get to a point to where it's a little too late. And they get that wake-up call. Wrong place, wrong time. Wrong company. Bad company. Jealous, envious spirit is bad, evil company. And you want to teach your daughter that early. So that when they get up in age, they're going to know to stay away from these type of women. They're going to be able to discern their friends right off bat. They're going to be able to stay away from a jealous spirit right off bat. When they sense the jealous, evil spirit off of somebody, they're going to get far away from him as quick as possible. They're not going to entertain this spirit. Jealous, envious spirits know how to put up a front very well. They know how to fake. They put up that disguise. That's how a lot of women are being deceived by their friends. That's why there's so much backstabbing and betrayal with friendships. Because that jealous, envious spirit came as a disguise. But then once they unveil themselves, they're going to get to a point to where they're not going to even care to conceal their jealousy. Especially if they've been a part of your life for a long time. That man's been fell off. How's it that you don't see it? That mask been fell off 10 years ago, 20 years ago. This person don't even care to put up a front for you no more. Don't be naive in these times. Especially when you have daughters, okay? Your spirituality, your connection with the Lord, your wisdom, that gotta be on a 10 level, especially when you have children. I'm coming hard about mans. I don't know how you coming about yours. I'm coming hard about mans, okay? You want to protect your child from evil, and this is how you do it. I said this is going to be a long video. Hopefully y'all was able to get something from this. It went all the way back to our childhood. I wanted to be able to paint the picture of how this looks. Okay, you want to save generations to come being corrupted by this evil spirit. A jealous, envious spirit, not only is it evil, it's poisonous. It poisons people's mind. That's how it's able to transfer. It's a generational curse. Like wildfire. And if you were saved, if you ever came from a family full of jealous, envious spirits, and you was able to break free from that, let me just say you are blessed, okay? You are blessed by the best. When you escape a jealous, envious spirit, you was never able to pick that up, okay? Y'all know y'all done been through this stuff before. Y'all already know that I come to call out the spirits on my channel. You know when people in your family have a jealous, envious spirit. You know what that's like. You was able to see envy and jealousy before you even got out here and started making friends. But oh baby, when you start to get older, and you start to see that stuff at the more intense level, the older the person get, you can tell that they are developing a more deceptive kind of spirit, a more manipulative kind of spirit, different tactics. When you are operating from a spirit of jealousy and envy your entire life, this person have developed skills and knowledge on how to deceive people